Welcome back to Ancient Signals, that flickering liminal space between what we know and what we aren't supposed to. In our last episode, Major Elias Thorne and his uncle, Professor Julian Thorne, escaped with the impossible, living proof. An artifact activated by alien biology that connected an extraterrestrial technology directly to our own ancient history. General Alistair Blackwood had lost the prize. He had a rogue agent, a brilliant academic, and a piece of living alien technology in the wind. The original weather balloon story from episode 2 was dead, exposed as a clumsy, panicked lie. It was a lie too small for a truth this big. Blackwood realized he didn't just need to patch the story, he needed to build a new one. A lie so big, so complex, woven with threads of truth, and so plausible that it would smother the real secret forever. He needed a fortress of disinformation. This is the machine at work. Blackwood isn't panicking. He's pivoting. He stands before the highest levels of military command. Men who demand answers. Men who fear exposure. He confirms the weather balloon story was indeed a temporary fabrication. But he replaces it not with the truth, but with a better lie. A lie wrapped in the comforting blanket of national security secrecy. He calls it Project Mogul. It was brilliant because Project Mogul was real. It was a genuinely top-secret program, one of the most classified of the early Cold War, designed to listen for Soviet nuclear tests using high-altitude balloon arrays equipped with sensitive listening devices and radar reflectors. Blackwood's new official story was perfect. He explained, "What crashed in the desert was not a weather balloon, gentlemen, and it certainly wasn't extraterrestrial. It was one of ours. A highly classified Project Mogul reconnaissance array that went astray. The initial confusion and subsequent secrecy were paramount." Blackwood doesn't wait for formal approval. He acts. Calculated leaks are fed to trusted press contacts. Newsrooms receive the official Air Force press release, complete with seemingly convincing technical details about Project Mogul. They finally have a rational, military explanation from a credible source. The previous embarrassing flying disc story becomes a footnote, a moment of Cold War jitters. The new narrative hits the streets, spreading like wildfire. Roswell mystery solved, top secret spy balloon. From their hiding place, Thorne and Julian watch the carefully constructed lie take root. Thorne is enraged, pacing the small room. He knows the texture of the real debris, the impossible properties. This is absurd. Mogul balloons used standard foil and balsa wood. What we saw, what I held. But Julian, the academic, sees the chilling brilliance of it. He's not just lying, Elias, the old professor says grimly, tapping the article. Scene 9. He's discrediting us before we even speak. He's using a real secret project to bury an impossible one. He's created a story so plausible, using materials superficially similar to what was found, foil, lightweight structures, that if we ever come forward with our memory metal and strange glyphs, we'll just sound like misinformed civilians, maybe crackpots, who mistook a sophisticated spy balloon for a spaceship. He's weaponized plausibility. He's turned our truth into a fringe theory before it's even uttered. Julian dives into the technical details released about Mogul. He finds the inconsistencies, the subtle manipulations of fact. The reported strength and resilience of the Roswell debris far exceed Mogul's standard materials. The seamless nature of the fragments doesn't match known balloon construction techniques. The sheer volume of debris reported by Jed Croft seems inconsistent with a standard Mogul array. And crucially, Project Mogul offers zero explanation for the hieroglyphic symbols Elias and others witnessed. But Julian knows these are details the public, fed a satisfying official story, backed by military authority, will readily overlook. The lie is good enough. It provides an answer. Ironically, even as Blackwood masterfully sells the Mogul lie to the world, his own scientists are confronting the impossible truth daily. At Wright-Patterson, the small sample of the real debris recovered before Thorne fled is baffling the best minds in the country. They can't dent it. They can't analyze its composition. They can't
Okay,
replicate
that's
its
everything. We
properties.
need to move now.
Blackwood knows Mogul is a lie because he holds irrefutable proof of something far more advanced, something potentially terrifying. But the lie serves its purpose: control. Control of information, control of public perception, control of history itself. With the press placated by the seemingly credible Mogul story, the final, crucial step is to erase the original conflicting records from existence. The paper trail that proves the initial panic, the initial assessment of something extraordinary, must vanish. Thorne's first report detailing unearthly materials, reclassified as a simple misidentification of Mogul components. Nurse Evelyn's terrified observations about non-human physiology, dismissed as stress-induced hysteria, her file sealed and flagged. Sheriff Brody's official complaint about military obstruction, conveniently lost in bureaucratic reshuffling. The entire event is officially, bureaucratically, and ruthlessly scrubbed from accessible history. All that remains for public consumption, for future researchers, is the new, clean, simple, and officially sanctioned story of Project Mogul. The propaganda campaign is a resounding success. The media, relieved to have a non-sensational answer, readily accepts the Mogul explanation. Public interest wanes rapidly. The flying disc incident becomes a footnote, an amusing example of Cold War jitters and mistaken identity. Blackwood has contained the narrative. He has won the information war. But Blackwood is meticulous. He's thorough. He knows the Mogul story expertly explains the debris, but it doesn't adequately address the persistent, unsettling rumors that refuse to die completely. The whispers from the mortuary, the fragmented stories from airmen about bodies. He needs to preemptively discredit those potentially damaging accounts as well. He authorizes Operation High Dive and similar highly classified programs, real military experiments involving dropping sophisticated human-like dummies from extreme altitudes to test high-speed ejection systems and parachute technology. These advanced dummies, often damaged severely on impact, look chillingly non-human to unprepared observers on the ground. Blackwood isn't just denying the body rumors anymore. He's actively contaminating the future data pool. He's deliberately creating a plausible, alternative explanation for any future stories about small, strange bodies found in the desert near military testing grounds. It's a brilliant, cynical, long-term strategy. From their hiding place, moving from one anonymous location to another, Thorne and Julian watch the world accept the lie. They see the terrifying effectiveness of Blackwood's propaganda machine. They are ghosts, holders of an impossible truth in a world suddenly satisfied with a convenient, government-approved fiction. The fight seems lost before it's even truly begun. Julian pores over the details, finding the cracks, the small inconsistencies in the Mogul narrative. But how do you fight a lie that everyone, from the press to the public, seems eager to believe? But they haven't given up. They know what they hold. They know the Mogul story, however brilliant its construction, is still just a story. They have the physical proof, the artifact, the biological sample, the undeniable connection to ancient history. Blackwood may control the present narrative, the official story fed to the public, but the past leaves signals, echoes that refuse to be completely silenced. So, where does this leave us? We now have 3 official stories, each meticulously crafted to replace the last, each designed to bury the truth deeper. First, the accidental truth, a flying disc. Second, the panicked clumsy lie, a weather balloon. And third, the sophisticated, brilliant, long-lasting lie. Project Mogul, complete with preemptive explanations like crash test dummies for any lingering, inconvenient body rumors. This, in my opinion, is the real conspiracy. It's not just that they lied, it's the sophistication and longevity of the lie. The layers, the cynical use of real classified projects to bury something even more secret. The proactive, multi-generational disinformation campaign. The Mogul explanation is so perfect, so tailored, it feels engineered. It was custom-built to explain away every strange detail the real witnesses reported, while simultaneously tightening the government's grip on classified information and discrediting anyone who dared question the official narrative. But Blackwood, for all his brilliance, made one critical mistake. He erased the paper trail. He created a new public narrative. He discredited the witnesses, but he forgot about, or perhaps underestimated, the two men who hold the actual physical proof, the artifact that connects Roswell not just to outer space, but potentially to our own deep, forgotten past. He has the official story. But Thorne and Julian have the truth. And in a war of information, a war fought in shadows and whispers, what happens when a living, breathing artifact finally finds its voice? What do you think? Was Project Mogul the real story all along?
Damn liars!
Or was it the most successful disinformation campaign in modern history? Let me know your theories and analysis in the comments below. If you want to see how Thorne and Julian plan to fight back against this fortress of lies, if you want to keep deciphering these ancient signals with us, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. The cover-up is complete. The board is set. Now, the real game begins.